I welcome you to another video about world religions. Today we're going to another topic. I originally didn't want to delve into Scientology at all, but it happened by accident. Yesterday I was browsing the articles and I already noticed it before. Something you may have noticed is that Scientologists on the world level quite often use women to match them with Scientologists, especially their Scientology members, also to attract various celebrities to this association. We have seen it, for example, Tom Cruise. We've already watched it happen with several people, and I noticed that one of the important articles, which later on, towards the end of her life, even criticized her quite a bit from Scientology, was Lisa Marie Presley. That's a very interesting payback because she got into Scientology, was a Scientologist for a long time, and influenced her other husbands to do so. I actually came across it by researching Nicolas Cage and his strange relationship. Is Scientology? Well, in '95, Nicolas Cage said he was talking about how once with Jim Carrey and another guy, which is an actor from American Gods, who is probably a Scientologist to this day, or was a Scientologist for a long time. He and I visited a Scientology center before. They went there for a while, like they kind of laughed about it, and it came to him like, well, he claims yes. But at the same time, a little later, he started dating Lisa Marie Presley. And there are records that he flirted a bit with it because Nicolas Cage is quite strange, and his films often contain traces of Scientology motifs. Yes, knowing, and there are simply enough of the films he made in this direction, but I looked at Lisa Marie Presley, and of course her previous husband before that was Michael Jackson, of course. He is an important figure for me. You probably know from my stories that I had Michael Jackson hanging on the wall in my children's room since I was a child. Well, I grew up with him, and then all the pedophile scandals and so on came out. And I thought to myself, that Michael, how he changed around that time, yes, take the 90s, wouldn't Scientology have played a part in that? But I started to do a little research, yes, and Lisa Marie Presley officially said that they directly convinced her to actually get him there, and that they then forced her, when he didn't seem to want to be a member later. So they forced her to divorce him. We have another testimony, I think it's Mike Rinder, one of the former Scientology bigs who was in the hole, and then he got out of there, so he was like hardcore tortured. And he also says that Michael Jackson came there at least once for a 3-day session. Yes, they claim that Michael would say, or that Presley and others, as if it was just like visiting, yes, but please for 3 days. When they booked the whole floor, you don't go there just to look, you go there for an individual, like some kind of training. I started to look a little, and the payment became more and more clear. Presley only married him in '94. But Michael Jackson already before that had come across Scientology. Yeah, it wasn't the first time, and I think it was through his music producer, Quincy Jones. You can find him because Quincy Jones, he produced his Bad album. Actually, his Bad album, which comes out I think in '87. That's important for us because in '87 he's already starting to be like Michael Jackson, terrorized by the media. We actually have a song about that on that album. Bad, Leave Me Alone. And we also know that already at this time when he went for the concert line, and shortly before, he already had his first sexual abuse of children boys. There are quite a lot of these testimonies, not only from that early period, but he already started 100% then. Then he tried. He also had a wife. Yes, then he married Lisa Presley. And everywhere it sounds that he simply wanted to transform himself into a heterosexual. Yes, the first ones in the 90s, in the early 90s, no one really knew about those trials and accusations. Yes, at most a few came out, but now in retrospect it seems like there is a lot more of the secrets. So, we know that through Quincy Jones. Now why through Quincy Jones? Well, Quincy Jones had a wife, Peggy, who happens to be a Scientologist, or she was a Scientologist for a long, long time, probably until the end of her life, and she was again hired to get celebrities there.